Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath. Through the campaign Alilopolis.
Recognizes that she's in a Dune. Motherfucking
Fucking Craig.
I was in the middle of speaking, Craig. It's rude. Anyways.
You went back into your room after those escapades at the top of the tower, mostly kind of disappointed, but still glad that everyone's alive. So you'd set up a potion probably in your room before going to sleep, kind of haphazardly. I would assume, because
Okay.
that would have been my guess anyhow. As your room is, if you're cured with that,
She
you would have
did-
come back in and gone.
She did the plate thing, right? She did the plate thing, right?
Oh,
That's why.
yes. So, yeah, you did the plate thing when you got out to the side of the fissure and went into Adune. Correct.
Yes. And then, because she's in a Dune, she would have recognized what has happened. She was like, "Oh, the crew must have moved," and she like stretches and she gets out and looks around, seeing if she goes, "Hello."
Hello.
Ah, yeah.
What's up?
Sorry.
There's a note from Zeph over here.
Oh shit! What does it say?
I pick it up and read it.
Do you have something to fill in here?
Yeah, so when you pick up the note, it starts off with, dear, beloved friends, I have decided to leave and pursue finding my family. And then she talks about how much she cherished the moments that she has spent with you guys, and how she has learned a lot of valuable lessons while adventuring with you guys, but she truly feels that her purpose is to go find her mother and try and figure out why her mother sent her this note and what it all means. And then she also puts a special little PS at the bottom that says that she left a mushroom for Thea, and that she has also left her large barrel of the good mead that she got from what's his name? And PoptArt
Moak.
Yeah. And she also left on top of the barrel where the note was also the urn with the Zenith Boon water in it.
Never ending
Oh shit!
water urn.
Did we just get broken up with?
And then at the end it says, "I love you all," from Zeph.
It wasn't.
That honestly sounds really sad.
It wasn't you. It was me.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
It wasn't you. It was me. May.
Thea
Oh
eats the
shit.
mushroom.
Okay, so we lost someone. Well, fuck. Wait,
Thea eats
so
the
then do you
mushroom.
have a new character?
You also see at the bottom of the note, I would assume, a Squall handprint that said, "Bye, bitches." I don't know what Squall would have said.
Keep it fresh like bread.
Keep it fresh.
I'm taking the bread. I'm out.
There's like a
Jeez.
crumb on the table.
Mm.
You also notice while you're standing there, Thea, besides the urn and the barrel, is a what looks like a plate on the table. Not the three-dimensional table, which still looks odd that you've used to teleport to. No, you haven't used to teleport in this one. You've used to. You would come off of. Actually, this is the original table that everyone came off of. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot about that. Idril carried it around for so long and then put it on Dune. Anywho, so that you're noticing that plate, and then Shea, you were seeing inside of your room that I didn't know if you had a list or a book of something that let you prepare certain potions, but that potion that is in there and prepared, it could also be an experiment from some materials that you have. If you wanted to let me know that.
I don't know. I feel like I was at one point brewing a potion.
You finished that, if you remember. I actually went back, and if you haven't listened to the episode right after the last Eurythmic Veracity PoptArt and in the Spiralwood Forest, which is when you first met PoptArt and Moak, and you'd cured Moak of his intoxicated state because he was extremely drunk and he wouldn't communicate with you. And so you gave him the potion that you brewed up and didn't know what it did. And he ended up
it created the gas.
yeah,
Yeah.
he ended up burping up a giant cloud, and bubbles came out of him too, and made everybody else intoxicated.
Yeah, good times, good times. Cool. So I guess Sia would have been, or Shea, sorry. Shea would have been working on that potion to try to improve it. So if I want to put some hours in that, that's what she's doing.
I am sad.
I am also sad.
Thea is sad. And it's making me sad.
Listen,
What is
I was like, so the whole reason I did this was because I was like, I haven't played in quite a while. I was like, I'm just gonna start fresh with a new character, and then I didn't really think about it, and then after like last session, I was like, Zeph's gone. I was like, that makes me kind of sad.
Yeah, seriously.
I
don't know what to do
Thea
with
thinks
myself right now.
Thea thinks really highly of Zeph and was like the closest with Zeph. So Thea like would have left with Zeph probably, but for now, I guess she's gonna eat a mushroom and sit at this table and just stare at the letter and be sad.
Oh shit, is Bree back?
Yep, but not in the good campaign.
Oh.
Do you not look at the chat?
Sometimes.
Mostly.
What is Hamilton doing on the deck? By the way, it seems like he's been left alone. You were kind of napping there on the railing, enjoying the rays, while you'd known you had been working with Mime, Cat, and Nep to dislodge the seas around Adune. But after they had gone away, you woke up with a jostling and a shuddering as the ship and the bottle somehow refilled with water. It seems like, and you don't understand why, but you're looking around and going, huh.
Oh yeah, 'cause last time we opened those portals.
Into the fissure.
Yeah.
I just tried to go to Astral instead of Roll20.
Oh,
Right.
There's another frowny, sad face there. Every time I
After
think of that.
so much time was spent
Hmm.
on Astral.
At least it wasn't all in vain. We've learned quite a lot, and I've been able to transfer most of it, so
Well, that's
not
good.
too much is
That's
lost.
Good, good.
Do I need to roll for
Shea,
mushroom?
I was gonna say Shea was gonna try to in that. I didn't want to interrupt you, but while she was like, and Thea, I left you a mushroom, and she is just gonna be like, do not.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know what. So the thing didn't work. Where is so? Okay. So Tia, she is like, if you eat that. Sorry, I'm not even doing Gia's voice. If you eat that, Thea, I will leave you here and go on my own adventure. I'm gonna go out. I want to find the rest of the crew.
Going to find the crew.
Well, yeah. Are they here? No one else answered. I figured we're in the plate, and I figured that they're walking around. So I want to go meet back up with them.
Okay, if you got to me before I put the mushroom in my mouth, then I guess I wouldn't have.
I would have been running out the moment you read it, unless you started eating it right when you read it.
So,
I
were
guess-
you reading it out loud, over the torque? That would be my question.
No.
No,
See,
you said
that's
I'm gonna read it.
Fine.
Lies. Don't go back.
Okay. Well, I started reading it, and then when I noticed that it was a sad thing,
Oh, you started dying off.
Yeah, I trailed off.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'll put the note in my pocket and I'll follow you.
what about the barrel and the urn or the plate?
Shea, you should take this urn. I feel like
and
I trust you with the
sadly,
water.
she sadly accepts it, and she goes, "Actually, you want maybe we should split that mushroom."
On second thought.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what Shea. I feel like Shea would be really upset. As Sarah as a character hasn't been in the world, but I feel like Shea would be shooketh.
How about we drink a lot of this mead?
I should have put another PS on the note that just says, PS, Adune will smell nice now. Without all of the rotted zombie parts.
Ew.
I guess that too. I guess that's nice. That's what Shea says. She's like, at least our adventure will smell a little bit better without her farts. And then we kind of laugh and kind of do that little laugh and cry kind of thing. Yeah. Have you ever done that where it's sometimes you're stoned about something and then someone cracks a joke and then all the tears come. That's what it's like. You're like, oh, I guess things will be better. And you're like, yeah, that's what I imagined.
Got it. Make sure to. Are you guys gonna take a drink of that?
Yes.
Mead,
We're
then?
gonna take we're heavy swigging at this point.
I'm gonna pour one out for Zeph.
All right. Roll yourself some Constitution saving throws.
I fucking will.
If you're chugging the whole thing, might as well roll me 2. Probably 3, honestly.
Josh, is my screen supposed to be black?
At this point, you might see it as black, but you might have to zoom out a lot.
Okay, that's fine.
And it might be completely black because your character isn't on this screen where we're at right now.
Okay. I'm just double checking to make
Alrighty.
sure Roll20
Yep.
isn't bugging out on me.
Alright.
A 10, a 14, and a 20.
Hmm.
Jeez. You at first are tipsy. You gain advantage on Charismathos. I'm gonna copy this over there.
Woo.
Oink. So, first one, it looks like Shea saved on the first two, but then didn't on the last one, and the opposite was true with Thea. So you guys are at least tipsy. You gain advantage on charisma-based checks and saving throws. You've got the social lubrication running through your veins.
Yeah, it's Christmas fuck right now.
Hey, Shea.
Yeah,
How charming am I right now?
you're pretty charming. I mean, just like, yeah, I'd tap that. And she like swings her tail over and starts like petting her tail.
That's actually how Thea responds.
He like overthrows Thea's charm with Thea's like shit tons, like +7 in charm. Sorry. Charisma. I have a +4 in charisma, so
I have a -1, so that is my response.
yeah.
I guess the two of us are gonna stay down here until we hear from everyone else, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys doing anything else? Because otherwise, I think I'm gonna hop on over to see what the others are doing. I know Hamilton, I asked you what you were doing there, but on the deck of a Dune.
We take that toast, right? And she is like, oh, that's right. And she taps her torque and goes, hello? Everyone there?
And everyone hears Shea's voice projected across the torques.
Bagok in response.
Hamilton will respond, aye.
You okay?
Should we come out of a Dune? Is it
Yes.
safe?
Very safe.
Well, we're pretty socially lubricated.
Even better.
I'm guessing you guys know what happened.
In
What do you
regards
mean?
to what?
A lot has happened.
You guys were the first two to find the note.
Oh no!
Do you know what's happened?
I'm talking about Nep.
What about Nep?
She's left us.
Nep?
I'm Bagok in shock.
No, not Nep.
Oh.
That's what I saw. Got it.
We already forgot it.
That's
What's
almost
Nep?
like, damn, one drink and you already forget her name. No. I'm relying on my things. What Net? Fuck me. Thea's, you say it.
Yeah.
I didn't know Nep was a lady. This is
Okay.
new.
Nep looks like a
No, Nep.
lady.
Nep
Zeph.
didn't know Nep was a lady.
He's like, well, damn. Looks down his shirt. Zeph. She says Zeph. She stumbles. She says Nep and goes Zeph.
Oh, where'd Zeph go?
She went to find her mom.
Lame.
Maybe.
Aren't we all just looking for our moms?
It's everybody's
Actually,
adventure.
I do have a question.
Nime's
though.
mom is
Does-
dead.
Yikes.
Oh,
Sad.
Wisteria is the new character joining us, correct?
Yeah, if you
Does
wanted to
her
change your
torque
name
kinda
too
sync-
on Discord, by the way, Gab, you could add it to the total names, not subtract Zeph's name if it fits. I've run into trouble with that sometimes.
Does her torque sync up with everybody else's?
Yes. So you hear it from Wisteria's torque as well. If you recall, you guys met in the fissure, there was a bit of like a static and then like a humming, ringing noise from the torques when you first met up.
Okay.
It was almost as if, and you guys wouldn't know this, but this is kind of a meta description because I can't even think of another one, but essentially like if you're tuning a radio and you're getting right onto that channel where that static is beforehand, where you're like, and then it goes,
So like radio feedback kind of also, or
Yep.
not necessarily.
Not quite net radio feedback, but kind of at first maybe, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Just like a lady.
So I guess with that, like coming through, her torque Wisteria would look at everybody else and be like, "What's in a dune?"
Oh, girl.
I'm a gawk, real excitedly.
Maybe
Start
it's just
flapping
gonna
my
say-
wings.
You are in for a wonderful surprise.
I'll lean down and like get right up in the chicken's face, be like, "Oh, you're so happy," and give him a little head scratch.
I'm gonna say Adune is beautiful. You should meet her. And I say this through the Torg so that it does the like reverberation things.
Shea whips out her little lute and starts playing a song, and she goes, "I wish you would step back from my Zeph, my friend. You could
Oh my
cut
god.
the you've been living in. And if you do not want to be seen again, I would end your plan.
Beautiful.
Your hands. Zeph will kill you with your hands. These things.
Maybe I was just gonna say over the torque. Look, why don't you guys come off of Adune? We're in the spiral forest. Come, we can be in misery together.
That sounds good.
Apparently.
My screen isn't black. All I can see though is the grayed out map of Adune.
That's
me as well.
that sounds about right because you guys aren't here, but I have all of the players here. That's just the tag that works for Roll20 that I figured out. I know there's another way to do it, but I forget how to do it and I'll have to figure it out later. But we can get to the Spiral Wood Forest in a second if Shea looks down at that plate and rolls me a were we doing a sleight of hand? I think we were. A sleight of hand for spinning the plate. But that would open the portal, and you guys know from Adune that Hamilton is on deck.
Ooh.
Like, quite
I
literally.
don't know. Literally. On the main deck.
Is that
No.
dice stuff?
This is the quarter deck, not the poop deck.
Yay.
What's the poop deck then?
The poop deck is up by the helm.
Mm. Up
The
by
little is it that little deck?
No, it's the bit
So,
up
about
there.
right here-ish would be.
That's the poop deck. This is the
Yeah.
4 deck. Oh,
Interesting.
I would not have known.
Oh.
I
But-
know a little thing or two.
What's that you're saying there, Shea?
Sleight of hand 22.
Thank you. You spin the plate on the tip of your finger with tears running down your eyes perfectly. And it elongates and glows and forms into the portal that you've come to know as that leads in and out of Adune. And I gotta move it over to Token Lair. And it forms up right in the air, floating there, hovering.
Sorry. Shea walks through.
straight walks through right this instant.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just asking. Okay, is Thea or Hamilton going to? I don't know. Hamilton, you don't even know what's going on right now.
I don't. Last I knew, we was putting down the portals down. Well, last I played, so I
Yeah.
guess last I knew, we was putting
Yep.
the portals down to flood the fissure, and I was watching Nep
Yep.
swim through the water.
Yes,
Yep.
Nep the deep sea diving goat.
Yes.
Breathe under there.
And then you were staring up at the gulls. Is the last thing beyond that is you were staring up at them cawing inside of the area, and then you lost consciousness, obviously, and took a nap. But you had witnessed, at least mostly conscious, that your friends had accomplished their goal and left from here back into or out of Adune's bottle. While you were mostly conscious, though, no, not really. That was the last thing that you witnessed, and yeah.
All right.
So Shea, you were through the portal. Thea, what are you doing?
I'm picking up the note, putting it in my pocket, and following.
Okay. Hamilton, you awake?
Oh yeah.
This
Sorry,
is
I was just-
Adune. Adune, if you recall, we haven't met too formally, other than the second time you've been on my deck, I believe. Now, but however, it seems your conscious friends have left through a portal in my galley, or rather in the mess area on the main bed chambers.
Oh, okay. Well, I should accompany them. Imagine they need my help.
And you go in there and you see a floating portal. You step through, and the last thing Adune knows is the plate spinning, rattling, and rolling onto the ground before you guys. Oh shit. I didn't do that right. And that's going to take a second to load.
Yeah, how does that portal transfer?
Yes.
You haven't personally figured that all out. This is only the fourth or so time that would have used it in total. As a group even, because I think that Shea used it once to take all of her friends in, but
Shea went through
my
the
map.
portal.
Mhm.
I just making sure that we're not gonna lose this plate here. If Shea went through the portal, then through the plate, then the plate would be on the other side. She wouldn't be able to take it.
One moment, my map is still loading. It's still very
I
blurry.
believe on either side, which it doesn't matter whichever side you
Okay.
Which is
close
what
it
kind
on.
of Nep and Mime had kind of found out. So
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. He just said
if you could,
Nep currently has a plate, I'm pretty sure.
roll me a deck saving throw, Nep.
Yeah, felt that one coming. Oh.
And Shea, who
why
stepped
is
through
this still
first, you could
popping
roll
up
a
secret?
strength check. I have no idea. It would be that what we talked about when we were playing before, the extension beyond 20.
Yeah, it shows
More than
sending to everybody. Here, let me check the actual extension real quick. Well, I mean, like, you see it. I'll just work on that while you explain.
Oh, I do see it now. 19. And Shea, that strength check?
give me a second.
Oh, okay. 13 plus 5, 18. Zeph doesn't exist right now. Nep, you're looking at. You're feeling your pack slightly start to bulge, and after the conversation, it kind of kicks in. And you're like, "Oh shit!" And you just kind of like hurriedly throw, like, or lean over so that the plate kind of falls out of your pack before it bursts the seams of it. And on top of the plate, you see forming, and before it starts to form into its shape, an arm of Shea, and then the rest of Shea you roll onto the ground standing up. And then Thea and Hamilton follow quickly behind. I'm trying to bring an image of the portal, but you get the idea.
Oh, okay. Zoom.
You guys seeing stuff?
Yeah.
No, I zoomed too far out and I lost.
There's just a big
This
die
map-
on top of all of us.
Sorry, my bad.
If you
I took
if you click on the map, the die does disappear. What was that, Shea?
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'm gonna try something real quick.
Well, I guess that depends.
If
It's
that
still
came through.
just to GM.
Is it?
Yeah,
It doesn't say so on
it
my
says
side.
to
at least.
on my top. Yeah, I don't think everybody else can see it.
I know this map takes a second to load for some as well. I'm going to try and work on making smaller map because it's forcing me to, essentially, with Roll20 here. They load extremely slow.
Yeah. You can probably just take this and cut it up.
Yeah, I haven't gone through that process, though, especially because I
No,
have
that's
to
fair.
go and grab each individual character. There isn't like a drop all characters button either, or I can drop you guys individually with journal. That if you guys go to the journal, you can see all your characters there. For instance. Is everybody else getting in there? I didn't hear an okay from Wisteria, for instance, or Cat.
Oh, sorry.
I can check in just 1 second. I am in my kitchen making ramen.
What the fuck? You just had
Ooh.
macaroni and
Macaroni and nudes.
macaroni and nudes and nuggets.
Oh,
That sounds
Not
like
that I'm keeping
that sounds
track
like
of
it.
your
That
food.
sounds like that
1:30
should
this
be-
afternoon.
Are you sure she was talking about food? Because that sounds like a secret time
I don't know.
macaroni and nudes. Sign me up.
with nuggets.
Oh.
Hey, oh, by the way, I still, for the rhythmic veracity, I still need everyone to sign the waiver for the orgy.
Go upstairs and check on the pierogies.
Did Shea, Thea, and come in though? I know Hamilton, you might be checking on some pierogies, but know if you
I
look
can
guys'
see
map.
the map, but it is
Okay.
dark
Very
and
good.
very loose. Like my camera keeps flying all over the place.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa, that is weird with the camera flying all over the place, but it should be slightly dim because you guys were sitting around this fire last Mime, Wisteria, and Cat, and we're looking at some footprints that led you off in a direction away from the fire, towards the southeast, through the Spiralwood Forest.
I only see myself. Is that accurate?
That is inaccurate.
Okay.
I also
You should
only see
see-
myself.
Mostly sprawled out over themselves. Nep, Shea, and Hamilton should be right next to you as well. Let me see here. Yeah, your dynamic lighting is right. This is too. It should be dim, but it might Is it very blurry looking too? Like you can't distinguish what shapes are?
It's not that blurry. Okay, I see Thea now. And I see
Okay.
someone
Maybe
there.
you guys just need to
Maybe?
need to move
I
around a
can't-
bit.
Oh, I see you. Holy crap, that was weird. You're like really light.
Yeah, I'm very bright and everything else is very dark.
Yeah, that's the same. It's like I can barely see the people.
Is that
Should be
Shea? Is that what I'm
fairly
seeing
dim.
here?
Let me see if I can fix the brightness too, because I was messing with the brightness. Because it should be dim. It should be like sun is setting currently, and you're seeing Elmar, the red, just peeking over the horizon.
Okay.
D-
Sun is
Let
shining.
me see here. Oh, cancel. Save settings. Okay. That make it a little bit better?
It did brighten up.
Okay.
I'm trying to move slowly with just like the up and down arrows instead of using my
Yes.
cursor.
This is what it
Take
should
things
look like.
away from me.
It finally took my computer until just now though too, because when I was saying is anything blurry for you guys, it just looks like I'd been looking at stuff with my glasses off. Like that's what my map looked like. I couldn't see any distinct shapes, just colors.
That's
Oh
hysterical.
no, it's not. It's not that bad.
Okay. So yes, you, Shea, Thea, Hamilton roll out of what? Well, Shea in particular rolled out of Nep's bag essentially, and Nep, you're on the ground trying to having tried to hurry up and get that plate out of there before it turned into a portal. And I'm trying to put the portal there. But you guys find yourself around a fire with some stone blocks as what looks like seating, as well as a couple totems that are at the edge of said seating area with a giant boulder opposite of the seating area and a path that leads east and west from your location. Well, the one that you're standing on, Shea, you do see goes north before it starts heading west, but
Fuck, I have
And-
never been so excited to see trees. I hug a tree.
Sweet.
the tree does not hug you back, but you do feel a warming sensation from almost as if you were hugging a friend.
Oh,
Bah. Oh, pierogies were kind of okay done, but I took the pan off so they'd crisp up on the top. It's like 10 minutes or so.
Where
all
is
the pierogies?
You're muted, man.
where'd Mime go?
What did you ask about the pierogies?
Like in real life or on the map?
Oh, on the map.
Right here.
No one's talking to you, Josh. Goddamn.
I think this is. Oh, I saw someone just move. Okay, this person. Oh, maybe that's Cat.
Yep.
I feel like I'm standing right on top of Shea, but I could be wrong. I'm standing right on top of somebody. Oh, now I see other people. It's just so dark. No wonder.
Where
okay, now
are
I see
you?
that person.
Yeah, Everyone's
I'm
very
on the
transparent.
fire. Whoever this is. Oh, now I see Nep. Okay, now I see people. Now they're here.
Okay.
They
Now I
weren't
see-
here before.
I see you too. Okay. And Kat, you had left off with saying you're going to go down that. That's why you were down here. I remember you're going to go down that path.
Oh yeah,
that
we were
was
gonna
the
go down
footprints,
this.
but you're
Yes, I'm
coming
coming
back to
with
the
you.
fire with your friends
Oh.
that just tumbled out of the pack. Perhaps I don't know. You guys would have heard that and noticed that, and your friends have joined you. But
Do we see someone new?
you do
Can
see
we get a
very new.
descriptor?
Would you like to there, Wisteria?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Wait a minute. I missed something.
What?
Is this Hamilton saying this out loud too?
Yes. Hamilton saying it. Wait a minute. Where's Griselda? No, that was
Zeph.
a bad campaign.
Yeah. See, I'm not alone here. There's so many names.
Right?
Although-
Thank you.
Although that would have rang some bells to you because you did have some memories of adventuring at another life as if you were Flint.
Like,
With
no offense,
Griselda.
but I can't remember half of your guys' first names.
Yeah, your last names, let
I am
alone.
very offended. How dare you?
Yeah, you're probably the only one I remember remakes. Well, even then, I would say that I admit that remake Mame. I don't know to this day which one is which campaign.
You know what? Arithmetic veracity. We need to get the little sticker things to put on our chest.
Hello,
It's
my
like,
name
name it.
is.
yes!
If it makes you all feel better, I mess up my own character's name all the time.
Tim Shady.
It does make me feel a little bit better because I constantly do it. No matter where I'm at or what campaign or who I'm talking to, you're Mime Mame. Because
That's fine.
Me, mommy. You just
Edamame.
gotta say real fast.
yeah,
Mommy?
No, not that. None of that.
that's later for
Okay.
nudes and nugs.
Nudes and nugs. Yeah. Again,
So
I
I
need
guess-
everyone's signature for the orgy.
So when you
You-
guys pop out, you see a woman sitting up, kind of like. Actually, I guess she would probably be more like over in here. Like just kind of sitting on the ground, meditating, and like leaning up against this tree here. And you see a woman who, at first glance, is kind of odd to you. Because she has like a pale mint green skin and like pale lilac hair. And these her eyes are closed. And then, but then after like looking, you see that her hair is kind of like tucked behind her ear and you see elf ears. And she does have very like elven like features. She's just a very colorful looking elf. She also has like a lot of like vines and like flowers braided throughout her hair. And her clothes are very like nature looking. Like it looks like simple leather armor, but made from like more like plant materials than like actual leather.
Okay.
So, as a metagaming question, what happened to Zeph?
I hadn't played on this campaign in a long time, and just wanted to start fresh.
Okay.
The new character.
I was just like, what the fuck? I missed like one, maybe 2 games, and I'm like, shit.
Yep.
Dun dun.
Things have been happening.
Right? And that guy missed the whole season.
Yeah. We'll take care of
Oh.
that later.
And I guess with like hearing all of the commotion, Wisteria will slowly like open up her eyes and look around and kind of just take in the new people.
I was like hugging that tree, but I guess I didn't see her there. And when you start moving, I'm like, oh fuck, who are you?
Hello,
they
my name's
interrupt,
Wisteria.
Elf. Where are you from?
Like how she was just
A
like
far
oh.
off land.
And you notice too a torque around her neck that's of a slightly different make, but has similar symbols across it.
That's vague. Are you from Babylon? No. Byzantium? Every time.
I am not of this realm.
Oh. What realm are you from and why are you here?
I was summoned here, called here. I'm not really quite sure how to explain it. I just felt that I needed to come here.
I think we fucked up, guys.
Oh shit.
But I am.
I mean, we could use some help. I'm not mad about this.
So,
Mhm. Yeah, but
The
if people are
land that
getting... Oh, sorry.
the land that I am from, I believe you know it as the Feywild.
Oh.
That would have been way funny if you would have been like, you would know it as Brooklyn?
What do I know about the Fae? Do I know much
You know,
about?
you personally would know that it is spoken of, especially in druidic circles, though you weren't too privy to most of them growing up, as it were. But that it is something that the druid circles were fond of speaking of because of their natural habitat and their nature preserves that are. But you've never been yourself, and you almost thought it was a myth.
Josh, is it common for elves to be in the Feywild?
I don't think that is something you would know either. You would honestly all believe, for the most part, that the Feywild is a legend, not really something that it's.
Okay, so even if
people.
you're Fey descendant, it's still legend.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
It's not common that people are changing realms, for instance.
so as Hamilton being half elf, would I recognize anything elven about what was it Wisteria?
Mister?
Yeah, like the flower.
You, I mean, are drawn to the ears, obviously, but you've not seen an elf with this sort of complexion before.
So in Elvish, Hamilton will ask, "What house do you hail from?"
Hydra.
Ooh. In Elvish, Wisteria will respond with, if by house you mean my family, we go by the surname Namaris.
I'll respond in Elvish, "Yes, that's what I ask." And I will respond with, "Have you heard of the Hamiltons?" Yes. Yep.
In Elvish, she will respond with, should I have?
It is just a question. Nothing more, nothing less.
I just feel like, as like an elf name, I
I
don't
don't
know.
have that good of imagination, god damn it.
Okay. I also speak Elvish, but was just listening until now. But I'm going to ask in Elvish. Are you a druid?
What?
Hamilton will outburst like that, not knowing that you spoke Elvish.
Oh wait, guys, I also speak Elvish. LOL.
Oh my lord, I've been cursing at all these people all these times in Elvish, and they understood me.
At this point, you must have just got common.
Wisteria, whenever you say, are you a druid, she's going to smile and say, no, I am not. However, I do know quite a few people who are back in my home world.
Shea walks up to her and goes, it's in Elvish. Are you a druid? And pokes her to see if she has any bark.
Boop.
She's gonna kind of look. Wait, you said in Elvish as well?
Yeah.
Like she's gonna kind of look at you, like kind of surprised, and kind of curious, and like, no, I just said I am not a druid. Oh, does this?
No. She
How
said
are you?
Wait, she said a druid.
Speaking?
A druid. It's different.
Dryad.
They're like dryad. Thank you. They're like tree people.
Oh,
I was waiting to see. I was waiting to see if she got it and understood what you meant.
Sorry.
But dryad.
Dryad.
no, I am not a dryad. This is so fascinating. Both you and the chicken can speak.
I begawk. Just like, yeah.
I am a dragonborn. In fact, one of the highest breeds of dragonborns. And she like shows her skin.
Well, yes, I can see that you are some sort of dragon creature. I just didn't expect you to speak. Usually, if we want to speak to our animals at home, we have to cast spells for that.
Animal?
Off.
They don't have dragonborns in the Feywild.
Right.
Animal? Oh. she like doesn't know what to say. She's like, animal? Call a meat? Good.
Just
like,
flabbergasted, for lack of a better word.
How?
Medial.exe does not respond.
404 is not found. Response not found. Feywild. And you're from the, well, I mean, you know, like she like gets angry and then like starts talking her down off a lit, like herself down off a lit. Like, maybe Feywild, I mean, you know, wow. I mean, well, okay, well, I'm not an animal. I am a being, obviously. And I am Shea Gargant.
There's nothing wrong with being an animal.
I mean,
Begawk.
That's what Wisteria was just about to say. It was like, well, I didn't say it as an insult.
I mean, in this realm, it's a little bit of an insult.
Fascinating. You see her pull out like a little notebook and jot down like a little note and put it back in her pocket.
Interesting.
So what time of day is it?
It is currently going on to evening or late evening. As I was saying, seeing the sun set over the west horizon and Elmar coming up over the east.
Well, I think the only thing that I could say is let's get a meal. And what type of animals do you have in the Feywild?
Well, all kinds. Do you not have all kinds of animals here?
well, you just called me an animal, so I just wanted to get some clarity on, like, are rabbits and deer normal, or is it like fairies? Because I'm guessing like the Feywild is where like magic and
Yeah.
We grow our own fairies in the Feywild.
I mean,
Straight
there are
from
fairies.
farms.
There's fairies there, and dryad, and pixies, and sprites, and gnomes.
And you're saying all this in Elvish, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue speaking Elvish until somebody else speaks something else.
Okay.
Yeah, Mime is just gonna like wander, right? Because Mime doesn't speak Elvish. Just like look at the ground, look for like cool rocks and twigs
is
and
the first thing
whatever.
that
Fiddle
Mime
with some rope.
Nep is also
realizes
confused.
and Nep perhaps then as the sun is setting, a light in the southeastern portion come radiating out from what looks like, as you're realizing the canopy above you doesn't just extend from one tree, which isn't unusual, except that above that first canopy, you're seeing a second layer of leaves, perhaps higher above,
Who can climb trees?
and down, like I said, from the southeast is where the light is coming.
Nep is a no-go. He swims, not climbs.
Hmm.
Sorry, he's not useful here.
How tall are these trees?
Oh,
Can
the
we?
trees that
if I
are
would-
around you are easily in between the heights of 25 to 50 feet, varying,
Oh, it's not that
obviously.
bad.
Oh yes.
Says the small, tiny Mime,
Yeah.
it's not that bad at all.
who is 3 feet.
I mean, that's only like it's math.
2 or 3 stories, right?
Yeah.
Building. Can Cat fly? Oh no, Cat's having a conversation because Cat can speak Elvish. I'm just gonna ponder this. So I'm gonna notice that the light is coming from the southeast. Would that be weird?
No, you guys recognize that you were in the part of the forest that you had met PoptArt in, and you kind of remember that from the southeast is where Moak and PoptArt live.
Ah,
Oh, so it's not like the sun that we're seeing, or
Negative.
the moon, or whatever.
Like a glowing, flickering candle or fire, something along those lines.
And it's to the southeast,
Correct.
like across the water.
No. That's west.
Yeah, you're right. That's the west. Okay, yeah. So the path that Cat was gonna go down.
Correct.
Gotcha. Huh.
Cat
And-
is currently away, attending the
Second-
pierogies. Just saying.
Second canopy of leaves. You say. Okay, I mean they can continue. You can continue conversing. Mime is just gonna ponder over here and look for cool rocks.
Yeah, so when she asks, like, what kind of creatures are in the Feywild, I just, like, start rattling off all kinds of different creatures.
And during that time that Mimi has been searching around, it's just been going on, this list.
Mhm.
so
Can we cue like a Joe Dirt scene of him naming the fireworks, but instead it's just Shea just naming animals?
Wisteria, but yes.
Oh, Wisteria. My bad. Wisteria naming animals.
You're good.
I thought
I'm
I was
actually.
thinking- Go for it.
Oh, at one point I'll even motion to, like, Nep and say, like, we even have people that look like them.
So I'm just being pointed at and just like hear this foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
I feel taken aback. I have no idea. I'm just pointed at.
So Nep over there with his hand over his mouth.
You're a satyr, right?
Yeah, I am a satyr.
Okay, yeah.
And you probably just saw Shea freak out in Elvish.
How old is Wisteria?
Wisteria is, let me double check, 134.
Okay, my next
Oh.
question was, does that look like does it look like aging is different for whatever race Wisteria? Elf.
No, it's not. So she looks pretty much elvish, but like just very colorful. Now that her eyes are open and she's talking to you, you do see that they're like a soft pink.
There's at the wind over here. So Shea's gonna go. So you came through a portal? How did you get here?
Well, no, I just walked.
From
Oh, that's coming through.
direction.
Well, I believe I popped out somewhere over there, and I'm gonna motion towards like the fissure.
Nope, not a sound.
Huh. Well, shit.
Good, I'm
Is
just
there,
playing
like-
around.
Okay.
Is there more portals in that fissure? I mean, I guess if we were able to go through hell. Huh.
That implies heaven.
Yeah. Right.
Hamilton will hear you talking about portals and through hell, and his elven ears will perk up. Like, are you saying there's, in Elvish, mind you, are you saying there's portals to other realms that you know of?
Wisteria.
Was that me or Dashia?
To you. To quarantine.
Everybody.
The quarantine.
Open question. Let's discuss.
Quarantine.
I'm not sure. We usually don't leave our homes.
So are you saying this is your home that we're in?
Well, no, I came here from my home. Pay attention. I walked here.
Yeah, welcome to the conversation.
Right?
So
It's almost like I'm paying attention to someone flicking his mouth on a cat in the background.
Like the cat just like turned to look as soon as you said that.
Demi does.
my video's shut off, so I guess I'm not. I'm
Sorry.
just sewing back here. No worries. Okay, so you walked. Okay, so you had. Let me get that.
That's all, folks.
Let me get this straight. So you had a feeling that you needed to come to this particular plane, and you just started walking and somehow ended there?
Yes, I just started walking and I saw a gate and I felt like I needed to walk through the gate, and the gate opened. And then on the other side of the gate was this lovely older gentleman who told me that there was a group of idiots up on a hill that needed assistance. And I walked up and I helped them carry turtles up the hill. And here I am.
We did save some turtles.
Kind of accurate.
Yeah. So there
They
was
were lovely turtles.
Glad I missed so much. So
Same
it
case.
wasn't like you were like, oh man, something bad is happening, and I better save some people, and I'm gonna go find it. It was more like you were walking around one day and stumbled upon a gate and was like, yes, I should definitely go through this mysterious gate, and that is how you ended up here. I just want to
Well,
make sure that you don't have more knowledge than you're leading on to be. That
I
sounds
mean,
like
I've been having these dreams. Not dreams, but like when I meditate. I meditate to find purpose and answers. And in meditating, I have felt this pull towards this place. And so I figured if it was important enough to come through in my meditation, it was important enough for me to pursue.
I mean, I still have a lot of questions, but I feel like we should probably move on because I might just walk myself in circles. I just can't believe the Feywild is real.
Well, of course it's real. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful place.
So I've heard.
Mime's just gonna like
stories.
cough real loud, like like something went down the wrong pipe, and just hacking and coughing over here.
I'm gonna need a rendition of that.
Oh, my little one, are you okay?
Perfect.
Nina coughed in Elvish.
In Elvish, because everybody's been talking to her in Elvish. In Elvish, Wisteria is going to be like, oh my goodness, little one, are you alright?
Oh, Mime's just gonna like look over and look up and notice that everybody's looking at them and just be like, fly, and shrug, and say, but you know what would be real nice? It's getting dark and the spire's alright, but it looks like over that way there's a light, and I think there's probably some nice people that are generating that light, and we should go find them.
I wouldn't hate that.
And maybe we can, have a morning party for Zeph. And
I also wouldn't hate that.
we lost another member too.
Yes.
Bahara? Squall! Yeah, Squall. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
Also,
We should
Idril disappeared, and we were all kind of okay with it, but that's like something else.
Yeah, maybe we should have like a full out morning ceremony now that it's a good time for that, I think.
We should all have a piece of bread in Squall's honor.
We should. Alright, so I don't necessarily see this path, so I'm gonna follow Cat. I'm gonna start walking this way. Or there's footprints or whatever. I don't know where the footprints are.
Yeah, roll me in survival. Actually, usually.
Survival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, die. Fuck. 7.
You followed one or two footprints out of the circle, but as the brush gets thicker, you're like, how does anyone navigate this? What do you mean there's a path here? But you do see the light still, like I said, in the south. East.
Yeah. So I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna stop and just be like, help.
I have a special feature called Land Stride where I can navigate any non-magical terrain. So I could lead the way if there's a path. But also my computer is breaking, so I can't send that right now.
Oh, okay.
Mine just did the same thing. Oh, wait, it's daytime. Oh, wait, I'm in a river.
A river?
What is happening?
That shouldn't be happening.
So are we going to set lights in the distance?
Aye.
Yeah.
And I have not been here before, but other members of the party have. I missed this adventure last time.
Samesies.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
much
don't
just gonna
remember
have to build
PoptArt.
some smaller maps. What do you mean you don't remember PoptArt?
Like, I remember,
PoptArt.
so I wasn't here for the session when we actually interacted with them. So, like, I know who they are, but I didn't. I'm sure my character was standing there. I didn't have much interaction with PoptArt and the other person. This is why I don't remember.
And the first 3 people to the light are everyone that's never interacted with them. Perfect.
I mean, they'd probably remember me.
You all see what looks like the backside of a painting, kind of like wiggling in place.
Here?
Yep.
A wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
A wiggle, wiggle. my roll 20 is not comprehending. But I'm guessing Thea was leading this.
I'm gonna say so.
And then I will also follow shortly behind because I think I have dark vision.
But you do all see what I described there, including Cat, which is there, but I'm not sure if it's back from the pierogies. But you all see a painting to the side of a large vine that seems to be fiddling with something you can't quite see behind you, but you assume is another giant turnip because there are 3 giant turnips that you visually see alight and out on what
I
decides
remember
to be
turnips.
Almost
Other
that
than-
time of year.
large vines are large roots to the base of a ginormous tree, which you can only assume is what's leading to the second canopy you've been noticing throughout the rest of the forest, because its branches and base rise a good 300 to 400 feet in the air.
Been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're familiar with this tree. We've been inside of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Waka waka.
For the most part, I think, other than Wisteria and Nep. And an unconscious Mime.
Unconscious.
You don't remember. You said you don't remember
yes.
meeting them, so.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
You're
indeed.
good. So this is what you guys see in front of you. Other than that is a bowl that you remember being interacted with PoptArt, and as well as the mat of vines that most of you find yourself standing upon now. That looks pretty much like a very plush carpet, and it feels like such too.
Is there supposed to be dragons in all of the trees?
No.
No? Are we not supposed to see all of the dragons in the trees?
There's nothing there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Josh, there are so many dragons around us right now.
No, there's not.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Figment of your imagination.
It is.
No one sees those.
Although, if we recall, the last time we were in this forest is when Squall raced a dragon. So,
Mm-hmm.
I am not surprised about dragons.
Meow.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
my
just
cat
kind of flew
decided.
past.
My cat decided they shouldn't be there because I was just trying to select them and send them to a different layer, and then she was like, "Nope, they're going off to this side of the map." Anyways, does that make you feel better? There's no. Do you see any dragons now?
No, I don't see any dragons.
Good.
I feel better.
Yay, Demi.
While we're walking, reverse back like 30 seconds. While we're walking to this, I'm gonna speak to whoever's closest to me and say, like, I think I was asleep and I missed what happened on the fissure, but, like, where are we going? What's our plan? What's our goal? Because I have an agenda if we don't have anything else we're doing right now.
I think we're trying. Last time I also don't remember.
Yeah, you were also.
Yes, I'm aware.
Perhaps you've directed your question towards me, May?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please repeat the question?
Where are we going? I mean, right now we're going to PoptArt's tree, but like, we left the Fisher. Is everything there in?
So what happened is we left the fissure because we got kicked out of the tower, and there wasn't really we came to the executive decision that there wasn't really anything for us to do there, and we'd been gone for a while, right? So we haven't seen Gargant since we killed all of the cultists, remember? And we cured the water, and so we decided rather than wander around the fissure and probably get burned by lava or other bad things, that we should go check on Gargant and see how things are going in the rest of the world. So when we left, we got to the Moon Temple, and we remember that there's a teleportation device in the center of the Moon Temple, but none of us know how to use it. And so I cast a spell that I have where we can ask the DM any question, and they can respond. They have to respond truthfully, but they don't have to give us a direct answer. They can answer in riddles or whatever. And so we asked, I forget, we spent a long time deliberating exactly what kind of question to ask, but it regarded how to work the teleporter. And the answer that was given was that the resource that we need was in the spiral forest. So I am not positive that PoptArt and the other person we find are these people that we need that can use the teleporter in the Moon Temple, but maybe they're the only two people we know that are here. So maybe they can point us to other creatures or beings in the spiral forest, or maybe they know. Maybe they are like retired priests of the Moon Temple and know all the secret tips and tricks and have life hacks for us.
Can't hurt to ask if they know anything about it.
Because we decided that using the teleporter is our next step forward.
Okay. Because
I can't remember why, but that was it.
I also remember that something was happening in Thea's world, and we needed to. I remember last time we were in Gargant, it was like, are we going to go to the Fisher? Or are we going to go help Thea's family? And then
it was something about your mentor, your like old teacher.
Well, no, we dealt. The Fisher, that was him. Like, that was from him. He was like, oh, I need you to go to the Fisher and check it out and stop it from happening. You need to stop the rhythmic veracity from happening, but it happened. And then when we were at Gargant, I know it was something with Thea. Not Shea, but Thea. Thea's own. Something was happening.
Yeah, I think the same thing that was happening in Gargant was happening in Byzantium. Or similar.
We might find another realm.
Oh,
yeah.
While you guys are
another
talking,
Fisher.
kind of amongst each other, I'm assuming, you see the painting shimmy around and face you with what looks like a delicate individual pompously seated with an apple in their hand in a painting, but then they get a shocked expression on the painting's face, and it goes, "Oh, well, if it isn't the Rum Rollers."
Ah, good old Pop-Tart. How's it hanging?
To the left these days. But
Yes!
who's asking?
We are concerned friends. Tired, concerned, well-traveled friends. do you have some extra beds that you wouldn't mind us keeping warm, and we could tell you some stories and ask you some questions?
Oh, not at all. I believe there's a traveler inside already looking for you.
Oh, well, shit. Fantastic.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as he says that, he flicks his wrist behind him and the last turnip alights. Just in time to celebrate Samhain. Wonderful time of year, just before the year of the McVeracity. It's been quite a
Oh my
year
God.
since I've seen you last.
It's been a year. I just got the turnips. I remember the turn. Okay, sorry, guys. Now there.
Wait,
Turnip.
who's this traveler?
Does Thea say that out loud? I'm just clarifying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, if you just... And the painting walks up to the globe, glowing thing in the center of the bowl, rubs it to the left, rubs it to the right, and the tree opens up. If you just walk in with me, we'll let him do his own introductions here.
I'm guessing the tree moans open.
Oh,
That's all rough.
Sure. We'll go with that. As long as every time it opens you'd make that noise, Johnny, I'll be perfectly fine.
I got you.
Okay. So, guys, walk through the entrance in the base of the tree. Do you see yourself, by the way, there, new person?
yeah.
Perfect. So you walk through an opening in the tree with the noise that you just heard. A group of travelers.
Terrible, but great.
And PoptArt looks around and kind of nods to you, new traveler, and over to Moak and says, "Oh, hi, honey!" and just runs over to him, shedding the painting by the door, and sits on his lap, who's also currently drinking a large thing of what looks like wine. A large glass, perhaps.
Tumbler.
Growler?
Oh, is there food on the table?
There is a whole laden meal out on the table.
I'm gonna raise my hand and say, "Can I have a seat at your table, please, good kind sirs?"
Oi! Says the
Yes.
green individual that you barely recognize as Moak.
Is this a treasure chest? Yeah, I'm gonna run around like real fast as my little legs will take me, and like slide into the seat and like bounce impatiently because I'm excited
Is that
about
a
food.
monkey with like two hand axes sitting at the table?
No.
Wow. It's
I
just
don't
the
know if
entire party just a bunch
Wisteria's
of
not saying
animals.
I'm assuming Wisteria is not saying that, but I don't
No,
know.
Would be a real
that would
fun
be neat. Like that's what it looks like on my screen.
campaign. It does indeed.
Oh, just the Forgotten Realm Zoo.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean,
So-
we're already almost halfway there.
As you guys are taking your seats, PoptArt indicates towards the aforementioned individual and says, "This is the new traveler I was talking about. Why don't you do your introductions?"
I will in 1 second as soon as this reloads, because it just fatal errored on me.
Of course.
God, there's just so many new people. I barely keep track. I thought we were. He like sniffles a little bit.
Thought you liked meeting people.
Oh, I do. I do, but you know, I'm feeling nostalgic today.
Josh, hang on, let me go back.
Seeing all the new.
Do I have that letter from our?
I do, and I'll read it for you if you'd like, because it's in Shea's mother's hand. And you know
Yeah,
this.
I will. Okay, so I just wanted to know before I.
Wait, Shia's mother's hand?
Would she... You gonna introduce yourself there?
Yep.
All right.
Oi, if it isn't the Rum Rollers, I've been fucking trying to get to you guys for quite some time. I'm Fodar Bogman, shopkeep extraordinaire and mighty mountain man. Nice to meet all of you. I know a few of you by name, but the Goat Boy's new. The elf at the bottom, the elf right there. Is that? I don't know who that is. I think it's Hamilton.
Aye.
Oh, I haven't heard too much about you, but it's nice to meet you.
Aye.
So,
sir.
Cat and May, how's it going?
I'm gonna shoot him some finger guns and be like, "What do you know about teleportation devices?"
I ain't no diddly squat about no teleportation.
Well, that's a fucking thing.
So, sorry to give you a bad news right there. But,
This is such a good performance.
Man.
I'm very impressed by your accent.
I'm all for this, yeah.
it's something.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna not try to.
Almost.
Now let me get back to my screen. So the blue dragonborn down there, that must be Shea. I have a letter for you, and I'm just gonna pass it down to Druid Bow. That must be Thea. I'm gonna hand it to Thea, and would you kindly give that to Shea there for me?
I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just normally hand it to her, like a normal person this time.
Yeah, before I got here, I passed through Gargant, trying to find you. You guys came through Titty Sprinkles, and I got bored of being a shopkeep. Finally paid back a favor to a dwarf, and was finally able to get out in the world, track you down, figure I might come and join your party. But this letter right here, when I was passing through Gargant trying to find you, your mother asked me to deliver this for you.
Oh, is everything all right?
Well, everything seemed fine. They were rebuilding after that, them culty bastards came through and decided to fuck shit up, but, all seemed well. I didn't, stay too long trying to track you lot down, but she gave me this letter in passing and told me to make sure you got it.
Well, very sweet of you.
I don't think nothing of it.
Shea opens the letter.
You crack
For
open
that-
the seal of the Gargantuan family that you know distinctly as your mother's signet ring. Go ahead, Thea, before I get into it.
I was just gonna, before you read this letter, I was gonna ask if we can get like a physical description of Fodar.
Oh yeah, good timing.
Yeah, I don't have this all like drop down, but Fodar, like big burly mountain man, probably about 6'5", like 280, 290, just all muscle. Big bushy beard, just a pulled back slicked ponytail, like dark brown, full beard, dark brown hair, bright blue eyes, just hit stuff hard, not too smart, but knows his way around the shopkeep. So just jolly good old mountain man.
I like him.
So yeah. He's also just a human. Just your plain Jane human.
Oh, the human.
Other than being so hairy, you question whether or not he's actually human.
I forgot in greeting right
Is
next to him.
Fodar.
What's that?
How tall is Fodar?
I think I just said 6'5".
Oh, so there is no way he's just a really, really tall dwarf, guys.
Do I well, I don't. Do I hear the goat man say that? Because I don't want to say it. I know his name, but
I don't know if I don't know if you did say that actually out loud there, Nep.
I don't think Nep has much knowledge of dwarves to begin with. Like, they exist, but I don't think he's ever came across a dwarf, per se.
So you would say it out loud, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was just being clear. So, what you find on the inside of your letter, though, Shea, is most definitely your mother's hand, and you read
Her hand.
not her physical hand, her
Well, I didn't take no hand.
writing style, as in that sort of hand, her script, if you will.
Okay.
Dear Shialini, your father told me of how you triumphed over the entrenched neophytes. Thank you, dear daughter, for holding the peril of the realm at bay. You are so gravely missed here at the castle, and your brothers are hardly any help in a way of a good conversation, let alone your father, as you surely know. I digress. This fine fellow here, Fodar Bogman, was searching for your group, and I found him trustworthy enough. So please find a bond in the treasure chest in the amount of 10,000 gold. This is a borrowed figure from the vaults, but is notable reward for your group's heroism. I hope he finds you well, as your brothers were quite distressed after you and your companions, the Rum Rollers, disappeared right off the top of their carpets in the middle of such a catastrophe. Nonetheless, if he does know that the services of the Rum Rollers were requested by the Queen of sORCrates to our southerly bays, I hear that they have managed to create flying ships, as if anyone believes that. However, Queen Fodar, a follower of Zenith, promised to outfit you with one of these ships if you complete a few things for them. I'm sure you remember the way, but just in case, find the attached map of their city and be safe and well. My one and only daughter, your mother, Queen of Gargantium. She doesn't even sign her name because, I don't know her name. You have never given it to me.
I definitely have given it to you.
Ah, you have?
Her name is Sora.
Sora?
Sora. Sora. Sora Nemesis Nemonis Gargant. Probably like ages ago. I have it written in my backstory.
I've also sometimes updated their own backstories here, so I have information everywhere. That's part of the other problem.
So, wait, did you read this out loud or just to yourself?
That was, I don't know, she reading in her head, I
Yeah.
assume, in her mother's voice. That's why I went through that.
She's reading it to herself. There's one part that you cut out on a little bit. I feel like
I'll send you
okay. Like
the letter too.
So she is reading it, is like, oh well, Gargant paid us 10,000 gold pieces.
Fuck yeah, we're rich.
For our actions, and then the second part said something about Sparta.
Sparta? Interesting you get that connection, because sORCrates is actually a location where Sparta in the real world is.
Okay, sorry.
That's so weird. Our dyslexia is just coming right in the clutch right there. Anyways. I sent you the full letter in Discord, so at least
down.
I had read from. I may have improvised a little bit.
You're good.
When I was speaking.
he does know. He does know that the purposes of the Rum Rollers were requested by the Queen of towards southerly ways. I hear you have managed to create flying ships. But does it have a name?
Do you want more?
And
Use one if you complete a few things for them. I'm sure you remember, by the way, in the queue. So, okay. She's like, oh, she says the 10,000, and we were promised to get a flying ship by if we do some things for Queen Philida. Theoda. And there's a map
Okay, you
to
can
find
have
that
that.
city.
You can have the rest of that.
if you look at your handouts under the journal there, and then under Alalopolis, there's a map, sORCrates. And of course, if you go to map Tarith Globe, you can see generally where it's located in regards to where you guys are now.
Where are the handouts on Roll20?
The thing that looks like kind of like a newspaper. Up at the top right.
The
You
journal.
hover over
So
it. It says
next to the
journal.
chat, the pictures in the newspaper, right next to the information tab. Then just have to scroll down a bit because there's characters, many, and then handouts. This is the map of Socrates.
Yes.
sORCrates.
So sORCrates. Is it filled with orcs?
Sork.
Oh no.
No.
The funny thing is, it is exactly spelled like Socrates too. I've inferred that because of my own Lexdexia.
Damn puns.
Right? Do you guys all see that?
The handout?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it.
Where do we see that again? I lost it.
The
The
little newspaper tab.
Yeah, what looks like a newspaper. It's just next to chat, or just before the information at the top right. You click on that, and then
Handouts.
you'll see handouts, and then Alalopolis.
Yeah, for me, it's all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, got it. And there's the 4 maps.
Appreciate the out there
Gotcha.
post.
You're welcome. I did update.
And then I see
since the last time.
I see Helmstengrot, and then
Yep.
out there.
Yep, that's where you would ask to be, and what you would call it, and you said it was a tiny little village out there.
Yep.
So we don't have
Don't really
to
have
sail.
names.
That's sad. We should go to out there.
Although, if you look where Byzantium is on that particular map, and where Thea was hoping to go, how far in relation it is from where you are now.
So,
Quite a
okay.
ways.
And
you know.
the own thoughts and mullings of the Captain Mime, you think, what could you do with the flying ship?
I could do a lot with a flying ship. This is a very pretty map, by the way.
Thank you. You'll have to let me know at some time where, I know you'd said, Cranston, I believe, was the name of that you're going to. I'd also come up with the idea that it's probably fairly common in this era to name instead of have your family's name as to have your land's name, and be, I know you'd already said Mime McMemerson,
and that could be the name of your town, or your last name could be Cranston. I'm still open to those changes if you'd like to, but just
I
thought
like Mime McMemerson of Cranston is fine.
of Cranston. Okay, but you'd still have to
There's some
let me know.
deep dark ocean here that I don't know if we want to sail across. I feel like there's just going to be giant octopuses or giant squid we're going to find there.
Are you saying that in character?
No, well, I'm assuming I'm not looking at the map in character. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm just
I was
musing.
kind of
There's also
assuming
this
you
cool
guys
little
had
like river
taken the
passage we
time
could go down.
to spread out the map out there, looking at it together.
Nep
Yeah,
does
it's pretty.
enjoy some good, like, he enjoys the ocean. It's just, based on the map of out there, you could tell he grew up around the ocean. It's just like a sense of comfortability.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mime came from a farming. I'm probably north of Hellensteingrad.
Helmsteingrad.
Hellensteingrad. Looks like there's some pretty fertile farming land up there. It's probably where Mime's from.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if
but anyway,
catching on, this is kind of a abstract version of the
Med.
Mediterranean Sea, yeah. But it's the Middle Mare, as most in this realm know it.
So we can get a flying ship and go to Byzantium.
Is what
We
Thea
can get
is thinking to themselves, yes.
We can get a flying ship and never see an octopus again.
Nep would be very sad about that.
We could get a flying ship and wreak air havoc on the octopus we already lost to.
That's true. I like this idea.
And he could never touch us.
Yeah. Okay. You want to go to that town, Shea? You want to see your family, or you feel good about that?
I mean,
Sounds like they have everything under control, right?
yeah, it does. It sounds like everything's good. I think it's I think we should go straight to the towns. Socrates. sORCrates. Very cool.
Can we
able to
teleport
use
there?
that teleporter.
Yep.
While you guys are chatting amongst yourselves too, you're realizing that PoptArt and Moak have been kind of nuzzling each other, and somehow PoptArt has gotten a glass of wine in their hands as well, and they're just chatting between each other while you guys are having your own discussion, trying to, not butt in.
So when do we depart?
Well,
I would like to eat and sleep.
Sure,
You want?
we could probably manage
Hang on
that.
to the second set.
The meal in front of us.
Can I start nomming yet?
Yeah.
You guys
Josh?
been sitting here like bouncing in their seat, like waiting to eat food.
You see before you a grand meal of what looks like a game bird and some woodland root vegetables with lots of leafy greens, kind of on a bed. All of it's on the bed of that.
Sounds like a delicious meal, and Nep would definitely start going ham. Smashing food.
Oh, Josh, can I get
Actually
you?
does sound like a great meal.
Can I get you in Aliopolis too? I gotta ask something.
Oh yeah, let me roll this.
Ooh. We're gonna get the channel to ourselves. Woo!
Panic. The GM's missing. All's gonna be destroyed.
Chaos. We burned down the tree.
God is dead.
Apparently, I've been rolling pretty terrible tonight. Maybe we should have had combat for you guys, because I just got another nat 1 for myself here. But you ultimately feel well and good from the meal. It's hearty and delicious, but you also get a little bit of and that was just for healing is what I was trying to do, but it would have only been 7. So you do feel rejuvenated slightly from this meal. It's been well cared for. Somebody with a lot of time and patience thought through this meal for you. All right, dropping over to what's up?
Cool. So I didn't want to have to like type out this whole big thing. I do have a question. If I could add an item to my backpack, it's character specific.
Mhm.
So it's not gonna mess with like combat or anything. It's more for like roleplay. So I was wanting to know. So like, given Gargant or Gargantium, and there's towns, so there's probably gonna be like a merchant's trade or like a guild or something for like reputable merchants.
Oh yeah.
I was wanting to know. So instead of like trying to like come up with ways to barter, I can, but like something more simplistic to save time. Could I add this item? I've got it named. It's Fodar Bogman's Seal of Trade. So I would figure any reputable merchant would have this trade to show other merchants of reputable goods and deals and fair trade. So, like, because all I have down for the description is a seal of trustworthy and fair trade among merchants.
That's excellent. I love that. Reading into it like that, you can definitely add that. If you wanted to add to it and just say, well, I could add things into it too, after the fact. But I was thinking that I might come up with a name for the merchant guilds that you're a part of, essentially. I'll do that. That's a
Okay.
I like that.
figured it could be a like a larger than average gold coin with like a merchant guild symbol on it, with like some kind of like identifier for that particular merchant. So it's more or less like an ID.
What if it?
To
I'm following you. And what if it were on the coin and perhaps a signet ring too of sorts that you wear somewheres? It could be another thing that you could have for this, and it would be the symbol for which would be like 3 gold bars.
Yeah, because I was the signet ring is actually a pretty good idea. Because what I was thinking was like that seal would also be a piece like an identifier, but also a wax seal.
Right.
So if there were like any kind of receipts or anything, like you could just go ahead like merchant to merchant, like so like our real world would be wholesaler to wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
So like that merchant, like, hey, here's my seal, let me wax it for you. Or it could also be used either as a receipt or even as like a reference. So
Yeah.
like, hey, I have, this merchant seal, he recommended me to you for a fair deal. All right, and as like the opposite end, it's like, all right, cool, you have that seal. I know he vouched for you. Let me give you a good deal on this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. It could be too. Besides the gold coin, if you were thinking to have both, like the gold coin and the signet ring, perhaps. The signet ring, when you're talking about, oh shoot, this is just something when you said receipt, my brain thought of, but obviously in this time you might not have. Perhaps is like the receipt paper, obviously, and then I was like, well, if you had a lead ring, you could essentially just jam it into it and kind of push on it, and lead actually writes on paper usually. Like that's what they used to use instead of graphite originally for writing.
Yeah.
Like that. That's why we call it lead still. And obviously before the time when we thought of lead poisoning, so no problems there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can have the big gold coin as like a badge, and
then
then
a lead
signet ring
Yeah.
for the receipts and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Cool.
All right, cool. That is all the questions I had.
All right, let's pop on back over.
Gotcha.
Fireball.
He's gone. Burn it down. Burn it down.
I cast
Don't remind me
fireball!
why. Why are they doing an aside?
He wanted to ask him something that he doesn't want us to know, I'm guessing.
Ah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
He's being all secret squirrel and shit.
I'm gonna be
Gotcha.
honest. I don't have any fire spells.
I do.
There's a ladder. I feel like
Cat's
Mime
back.
could. For some reason, I really want Mime to like run across the top of these bookshelves.
Sound like a little gremlin just causing as much chaos. Well, there's a ladder over here.
Yeah.
So,
See that?
are we gonna ask Moak and PoptArt if they know like how to use that teleporter?
Yes, we
I
need
think
to.
that was the point. Aren't we supposed to be closing the fissure that like hell is pouring out of?
I mean, hell kind of
Yeah.
stopped pouring out for now.
Well, we killed the last time. Yeah, they tried to pull out. I think we just need like to try. I feel like we've done as much as we can do in the fissure.
Okay.
But
I
what
think we
about
left.
Is the PNC still just like operating
I
out of the fissure?
I
Yeah,
don't. But yeah, I assume. Sure.
Oh no. I still
Maybe
think we
I
should
don't
fill
think-
the fissure up with water. Just go to the nearest ocean and drain Middlemere.
We could try that. We
Especially
dumped
if
a
we get a-
lot of water into it last time, and it's not full.
But I mean, that's the point of going to the ocean.
How did you dump a lot of water into it?
Through the plates.
So
That's...
yeah, Josh decided that the water inside of Adune's bottle is magnified, like it gets multiplied from the bottle to the fissure. And we ended up dumping like millions of gallons of water.
Wow, that's
But
smart.
it
Yeah, I
didn't fill up that much.
It's
It
a
didn't
good
fill up
thought,
at all.
though.
It was. Nobody told me no.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, let's do it.
It sounded like a great plan. At least, like, burn off the top layer of lava. We killed the armies.
Yeah,
They
we
were just
killed hordes
masses of bodies.
With the
demons,
water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think with
I
the
mean-
mix of the water and like it hit the magma, the lava that was in there, and I think created steam, but I think it was mostly the water.
That's pretty smart.
I mean,
Who
it
came
could
up with
just
that?
have.
Did Mime come
Me,
up
it
with
would have
that?
been hilarious if, like, because we put a portal on the side of a dune so that the
Yeah.
water would go through the portal into the fissure. It could have just, like, been, like, 3 drops, right? Or I guess maybe just, like, a couple cups, right? Because the bottle that the ship's in isn't big. So if there was no multiplication factor, it could have just been, like, 2 cups of water coming out. So I'm glad Josh is supportive of our creativity.
But
But-
I was just mostly thinking, like, if you fill up the chasm with water, they would probably drown before they actually get back to the top, is the hope.
Yeah, unless they are undead, don't care about air. But
That's
that'd
true.
make it easy for us to like pick them off.
They are called necromancy cult, so it's very
Yeah.
possible.
They may just keep coming back. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but we can at least try, you know, to
yeah.
what's the
So-
place called in the Lord of the Rings? In the Two Towers, Saruman's
Mhm.
thing.
What,
Oh,
Shea?
so you're talking like break the dam and
Yeah, that's essentially what we did once, and it just wasn't enough water. So maybe if we dump the literal entire ocean, and then we could kill the octopi.
Oh,
2 birds, 1 stone.
Nep's still gonna have to disagree with you there.
Can we...
That's gonna
If
cause
we-
a lot of damage.
If we put one plate in the ocean and one plate in the fissure, does it work like that? Could we...
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
we
we
have
did.
gotten that
with-
to work successfully once.
Yeah.
But thing is,
All
though,
right,
how do you
they're
get the
back, they're back,
plate
they're back.
out of the bottle?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't think we can recreate that.
Well, she's not saying in the bottle. She's saying doing it in the ocean.
Yeah, but one of the plates is always in the bottle, right?
You'd have
Because
to
it's
get
a
it
portal
out of-
from us to Adune. So how do you get the second plate out of the bottle with Adune? I guess we take
put the
Adune out of the
bottle in the
bottle.
ocean.
Or yeah, we could do that. Or we could just take Adune out of the bottle. Like eventually we're gonna need her to sail. Well, unless we get the airship. In theory, eventually we're gonna need her again to sail
I
around.
mean, the
So-
airship is after we
Also-
finish the Queen's quest.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Ooh, out of
So-
character. Do you think maybe it would be possible to upgrade a Dune into an airship?
That's what I was just gonna say. Could we infuse
Why don't-
Adune's spirit into an airship?
Why don't we ask Adune how they feel about this, and if they have, because Adune has a bunch of random ass knowledge, just in case you guys haven't picked up on that. We can ask
it would be
Adune.
funny.
Adune's like Bob. We can ask Adune all kinds of shit. Maybe maybe it's like a Pokemon, and we just have to find a magic stone and
Whoa.
put the stone on Adune, and she evolves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you just say Pokemon?
Pokemon!
Get the hell out of here, Mom! You're not playing with us.
It could have been worse. It could have been Pokemans.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Plural.
So Shea says, well, I don't know if drowning the fisher is going to really help because our new friend Wisteria just came out of the fissure and there was a Feywild portal in there, and it makes me think that maybe this thing isn't all bad. So maybe, drowning all of those armies is probably good enough.
I just want
For
to
now.
retort that there is a giant undead samurai skeleton at the top, and he is all bad.
Yep, just a little.
Oi!
Just
Did I
one
hear
of-
y'all talking about the closing that fissure still? Says Moak.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye. We talked about this the last time we'd been around. You'd asked me
Yeah.
if I could try to divert some streams or some such into it. I didn't think it would do or partake too much. However, it sounds like you had slayed the massing armies down there too?
Wait, who asked you to divert streams?
Oh, it was you, the Rum Rollers. I'd
Funny. Ironic. Okay.
I said that I could look into it, but it wasn't going to probably amount to so much, especially since I would need some woodland creatures. However, I think I could probably work something out actually a little bit better, if you don't mind.
I'm listening.
Well, those woodland creatures, they love to eat. They hate to work, love to eat, love to fuck. Don't care about
Aye.
much else. However,
Yeah, I feel like we've never seen this happen before. Okay.
if I could talk to them and get them in the councils to believe in eating the dead corpses and planting seeds in this fissure, then I could, for you, probably get some exponential growth going.
Yeah, but the fissure's still really hot. There's lava.
Don't worry about it. I think there's some other things that we can. Maybe. Perhaps.
Plants grow in lava.
Did I also hear that you were probably going to sORCrates? I'm trying not to listen over too much.
I mean, we are in your house.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, respect to the guest. The guest is king.
My
Did
dad
you-
is king. I am no king.
Shea of Gargant. I know of your dad. Your da.
Okay.
Why do you ask if we're going to sORCrates?
Oh, I believe.
I don't see why not.
I'd heard some conversations of a quest for the queen. and that she might provide thee for a flying ship? I don't know.
That is
Yeah.
the conversation.
Okay, well, perhaps if you're down there, you could convince this flying ship to drop a whole bunch of water. Maybe a giant water bucket or something.
I mean, we technically already did that.
Oh, all 20,000 gallons.
I feel like there's also some magic we can be using.
More than create water at 9th level.
Yeah. Oh,
Have you
I'm gonna
tried
ask.
control water?
There
Yes,
is
we
no
have.
water nearby.
Well, control water works on the lava.
Oh,
And Moses to the lava. Maybe we can just make the lava move. What if we make the lava go down the black hole?
Do it.
black hole is full
Do
of water.
it.
Well, it'll be
Nep
full of
tried
rock
to
when the lava
swim
goes down.
down.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that.
I don't. I wouldn't want
the
to be
lava
in
will
that
sink.
area. Well, there's gonna be a lot of steam.
Oh, has
It's gonna
anyone
be-
watched The Rings of Power?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Not
shouldn't do
fully.
that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, according to Wings of Power, that is how volcanoes
Spoil
erupt.
it. Don't spoil it.
Okay. So, I don't know, but either way, I feel like this whole quest is going to be easier with a ship that flies. So I think we should ask Adune how they feel. Oh, if A, Adune can be turned into a ship that flies, B, how they feel about that, or C, how they feel about a new brother or sister.
Yes, I agree. We should ask. Fuck off.
Baba.
I guess maybe they don't have to share their bottle. I don't know. Adune's bottle's pretty big. There's a room for another ship in there. I do want to ask our gracious hosts. I want to thank them for hosting us yet again, and maybe we should give them some of this gold. I don't know if they care about gold.
Pleasure.
Do you know anything about the Moon Temple?
Well, why? Quite a bit, but not as not. I try to stay separate from those folks over there. They have some odd rituals, something to do with orgies or some such. Although those are my favorite rituals, I don't know if the old geezers were my type.
Well, that's fair. So do you know anything about the teleporter in the middle of the temple?
Oh, hi. Yeah. It has to do
Do you
with the lunar positions. I believe they're all sorts of out of whack currently with the eurythmic veracity approaching and such. Correct me if I'm wrong, PoptArt, and he turns his head. Oh no, love, you're completely right. Those moons are such a hassle during this time of year. But it is the perfect time to drink and be merry.
Here. Do you know how to operate the portal in the middle of the temple?
Oh, well, certainly. It is, but the problem of the moons, I just told you, their phasing's all wrong. Something to do with the outer, the ocean of emptiness above us?
Ocean of emptiness.
Ocean of emptiness.
Okay.
We talked about a millennial soul.
The void. That's what's really the source of the fissure. Okay, so we have to wait till after eurythmic veracity is over or after this season.
Is that like
Okay.
an out of character thing?
So that'll
like-
be after for metagaming. So after October is over. So we need to go do something else and come back and then try to use the portal. Although I don't know what we were trying to really do with the portal.
I think we're just trying to figure out, see if we can use it for teleporting and such.
So we can,
Yeah.
just not right now. And when we do, we should come talk to PoptArt. And I don't know why I can't remember this guy's name.
Hi, my name's Moak.
Oh,
Mork.
Moak.
Moark. Okay, Moark.
Like Mohawk, but without
Okay,
the
so-
H. Moak.
so is Moark the one explaining how to use the portal, or is it PoptArt?
Oi, can't you need not to tell the difference between us? And he gestures towards PoptArt, who is sitting on his lap, and he goes, and PoptArt goes, he might think we're one creature, love. Sorry, small goat person. He's not exactly the forgiving type. Or the kind.
What's the best way to get to Socrates?
Socrates. You probably there, Thea, right? Well, you probably want to just head straight southwest. Just keep following the road out of the Spiralwood Forest. It should take you straight there.
How far is it
Yeah.
on foot?
Oh, probably about a day or so.
That's our next destination. Are we all in
Yeah,
agreement on that?
I
Is there
concur.
a quicker way to get there than by on foot from here?
I mean, it's a day.
Well, I mean, if you had other means other than feet, I'm sure there is. At this point, while PoptArt was been talking to you, Mohawk's just been guzzling.
So, question.
Guzzling?
Guzzling what?
The wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't see his head above the table. Anyways.
No.
No, Josh, terrible.
You started this. Blame it on me.
Everyone knew what he was guzzling. We all know.
I bagok loudly, as if like, but it's bagok.
What if I do have Featherfall? We could potentially create a flying ship if we throw a Dune up and then let her out. And then I cast Featherfall, and then she'll just slowly float down to our location.
I'm bagok in shock.
Well, wait, then what? Then we'll just be on the ground.
Well, I mean, yes, I guess we'd need maybe some wings that would allow us
giant
propulsion.
A giant fan.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Turn her sails horizontal.
Could
Could turn her into a giant blimp. Which, by the way, I don't understand why we don't have modern blimps. Just saying.
As explosions.
No, we
They
fixed
haven't
that.
figured out how to separate
No, they
hydrogen
definitely.
and helium and all that good stuff.
Also, too, the helium shortage. That'd be another reason.
Is there a helium shortage in your world?
Yes.
Sorry, that was all
Maybe.
metagaming.
Would we get advantage on a deception check if we used helium for our voice? Of some sort of like.
I mean, potentially, depending upon the situation, I guess.
Just trying to pass off as like, I'm not Nep. Nep doesn't
Yeah.
have this high of a voice.
Right. I haven't heard from Hamilton in a while, or Fodar. What are they thinking about these,
Love.
Yes.
Fodar's gonna chime in once the Rum Rollers figure out where they're going.
I mean, I think that a day on foot isn't terrible. It'll give us some time to recuperate. I think we've been running a million miles a minute.
Yes, and there's a lovely town on the way. You should check it out.
Oh no.
Says PoptArt. Does she
May
just
that
say
be.
nope?
Well,
I
then shall
said,
we? Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just said, oh no.
Okay.
What town may that be?
Expecting Josh to come up with something.
I have something. Don't worry. Don't you worry, your little heart.
Gonna get stuck in another town for an entire year. We'll never get to sORCrates. We'll never come back to the portal. We'll never go.
Hey,
to
at
the
least
portal.
we're rich, right?
Yeah.
We should
However,
probably
you're-
split this gold up.
We should get a timeshare and titty sprinkles.
Yeah, we should. So we should split this gold up and see if maybe there are other fun surprises in the chest.
Oh yeah, let's open the chest.
How many people are there?
I think 8 total.
currently at the table, and there would only be one more that you know of that isn't there. Gesundheit. Frederick.
Thank you.
Frederick is not there.
And everyone gets an odd number of coins.
An odd number.
Although she is the only one that knows how much is in the chest to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
I-
expecting somebody to dole it out. Like I'm not trying to do math
No,
and make sure I get a fair share. If I don't get a fair share, I'm not gonna know and I'm not gonna be mad.
I don't carry coin. In fact, I have 0 coins on me, so just count me out. I don't I don't need it. It's fine.
What?
I don't have any money on me, and I've made it this far. I've been fine.
I think you spend it all in titty sprinkles.
Nah, I live off the land, man.
That's a good place to spend all your money.
Oh, on titties?
On titty
titty
sprinkles. The sprinkles are important. Do not forget them.
So, what you doing there, Shea, with your...
Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Oi, Captain Mime, I got a question. It sounds like you and your crew might know where you might be setting off to next. I have a query. Do you have room that I might join your party? I offer a strong arm, sharp blades, and Fodar's gonna reach into his breast pocket. Alright, this right here. And what you're all seeing is a larger than average gold coin, embedded or stamped with
Embedded all.
Yeah. Stamped with a merchant's guild seal. So with this little trinket right here in the ring on my hand, I can get you fair deals at any town we go to, as long as we talk to a reputable merchant who is part of the guild network. What do you say?
I feel like the Rum Rollers should do like a team huddle,
Huddle,
like
huddle.
a corner to discuss. You guys can all shoot me down. I just think this would be funny.
We've been picking up stragglers everywhere we go, and at least this one is offering us something. Well, why not?
You ain't got to give me an answer right now. Just when you decide to shove off, for whatever next adventure you're going to, just let me know.
Well, I'm all for. Thea raises her hand. Probably one of the nicer ones. Raises hand.
Oh. As in agreeance.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Mime's gonna raise a hand. Since nobody wants to huddle, fine.
Do we want like a team handshake or something? Like,
No, it's fine. We have a name. It's cool. Eventually, we'll get jackets.
yes.
Yes.
I heard 3 yeses, 4 yeses, 1, 2, 3, 3 yeses.
I forgot an agreement.
Nep thinks he's okay, since he's also still fairly new to the Rum Rollers.
That would be 4. And 5 with Mime. I was miscounting that one. Only Wisteria and Hamilton have abstained at this point in time.
Hamilton, are you still with us?
Yeah, what?
You've been asked the question twice.
I didn't hear the question.
I know. You got to keep drinking. Don't stop now.
What was the
It
question?
sounded like you just got called on in class.
What? No, not me, teacher.
I'm not drinking.
It's apple juice!
He's over there and he's like staring intently at the screen, but then I look at him and he is not staring at the screen. He is just like eyes half closed, head slowly going forward.
So, I mean, it's about that time.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been drinking since 1 o'clock, so.
Oh, that'll do it.
Hey, congratulations!
Right?
You made
I've
it
only been
here.
up since, like, what, 5 a.m.?
I was up at 4:30.
Oh, that's bad.
The good old day off at work, so got to
Nice.
sleep in.
What about Wisteria? As well as the other person that's been called on, and everyone's else hands are raised around you guys.
I have a question. Does Wisteria consider herself a rum roller?
I
No.
don't know. That's
Not
what you
knowing
guys.
what's going
Well, then
on, and
the-
Hamilton
I'll
just
look
sees
at
everyone
Wisteria.
else's hands up in the air. Hamilton will just raise his hand too.
I'll
Like,
look at Wisteria
I'm here.
and I'll say, do you consent to having this person as a travel companion?
Sure.
Okay, then you can raise your hand too.
And she'll raise her hand.
And she raises a glass and goes, "Out with the good, in with the good."
Oh,
To our lost companions and to our new ones, welcome.
Here, here.
And
Look
she goes to cheer.
Scowl.
She goes to cheer Wisteria and. Hey!
God
Gesundheit.
bless you.
bless you. Sounds like it's
Bless
pretty
you.
traumatic.
Wait, we gotta haze them a little bit. There's an initiation process.
Wisteria will cheers to, with like, raise her glass and cheers with she is.
I'm gonna walk over to the nearest wine glass and just dunk my whole head into it.
You hear
Boy,
a
that's a feisty chickie you got right there.
Starts blowing.
What kind of
They
bird?
start blowing bubbles into the wine.
Yes.
you're a solid.
Just squawking.
What? Well, it sounds like you're all in agreement, which I greatly appreciate. Do you have a question for you though? Where's the bird fellow and the fighting chick you had with you when you came through Titty Sprinkles?
I said out with good and in with the good.
Oh,
I'm
They
gonna
did-
kind of like lean over and across the table and be like, I believe they've lost some companions.
well, you have my condolences. That's some heavy news right there. I'll have to let the townsfolk of Titty Sprinkle know. They'll be pretty sad to hear the news. You guys made quite the impression when you came through our town.
Oh. Look at that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
He did something.
How does everyone liking the new name?
It's going over pretty well, actually. After what you did for our town, it wasn't really, nobody had any ill feelings towards the name. They were just all happy to be alive. I know I was. That's why I left the bastard of a dwarf who I was working with and decided to follow you all. Make my way out in the world and start adventuring.
So, you have your guild badge. Are you some kind of craftsman?
Well, not a craftsman per se, but I do have a keen eye for quality product. Spent a lot of my time working in a shopkeep, so earned my license for the Fair Trade Merchant Guild, and I can dabble with a little bit of jewelry.
You
And
work in a pawn shop.
nope, just the titty sprinkle shop, the only one in town actually. So other than maybe some smithies, but that's about it.
Well,
Oh, shall we head out?
you are
I
welcome to
think we
stay
should
here.
sleep.
Well,
Nighttime.
as he says that, Fodar says that.
Fodar, I thought.
Fodar.
Frodo!
Hamilton's gonna pull out his bad news rifle and says, "What can you tell me about this? Is it authentic?"
About your rifle?
Yeah.
Josh, is
Right.
there something you want me to roll for that?
You actually might have innately, even though considering your class, because of your backstory, this is not something we've necessarily covered, but probably identify item as just like a base spell. It wouldn't even be. It would be something that you would cast, obviously, but it's. I know it's not technically part of your class at all. I don't know how I'd even work that in from D&D Beyond. We'll have to figure something out. I might give you an item or maybe like a spectacle or something.
Gotcha. Well, out of character, I don't know how to handle that right now.
You could probably spend like a bit of long rest to actually identify it. It'd probably take more time than just identify item, I'd imagine. But
yeah, that's generally how it's ruled in the rulings too, is that you would take some time during your long rest to sit there and kind of go over the item and all of its details and appraise it, essentially.
Okay. Let's see. Well, that is a fine piece you got there, but for me to give you a full detailed analysis on it, how about we wait? Because it sounds like we're all trying to figure out what the next move is. You give me some free time with that thing, and I'll give you all the information I can spot out on it.
It hasn't let me down yet. I was just wondering.
Well, just from taking a quick peep at it, it looks like a fine piece of tooling that's done to it. Seems like a fine weapon. I have to say, I haven't seen too many of these. This might actually only be, I don't know, maybe the second or third time I've seen something like this.
In my studies, it should be a one-of-a-kind weapon. Many lookalikes, but this should be a one-of-a-kind in itself.
That's the nicest one I've seen. I've seen cruder, more clunky looking things, but that right there, that's the nicest one.
Aye.
And PoptArt says from the end of the table, "'Tis what she proclaimed!"
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
It's
Right. Shall we sleep? Our bellies are full, and we can be off on our day.
Good. Yes. Fuck off.
Here.
Should we still
Aye.
have somebody on? Well, I mean, like Nep doesn't really need to sleep anymore, but I mean, still a long rest. But he could just stay awake in case we need somebody to watch.
Oh, you're quite safe here. You can totally just pass on out if you like. No one can make it inside of our tree without our permission.
I just need to meditate.
Yeah, me too. But if we're going to the sleeping quarters, Thea only meditates for 4 hours, but she's gonna take out the letter and eat the mushroom.
Oh.
Oh, she getting fucked up.
By yourself.
I'm gonna curl up next to Mime wherever she lays down to rest. Wherever they lay down to rest.
Oh.
You want to roll a Constitution save for me?
Me?
Me.
That'd be Thea.
Cat for laying next to me.
Me.
Well, I did drink wine.
Actually, technically, for everyone's drink there too, I would say roll with
Oh,
the
yeah.
disadvantage. This is the first time you guys are drinking this wine, and as it goes in, you feel this beautiful floral notes in the front of your nose, as if it were harvested only from the finest of grapes at the peak season. And then as it goes down, this warming sensation, almost as if it's been distilled. It's so strong for the burn
God
that
damn you!
happens.
Oh,
You have a +7
Yeah.
to your Constitution.
Who?
Fodar is a big burly mountain man.
I suppose I don't need to roll another one, Josh, since I can't go any lower.
Then a 1, yeah. That is correct.
You said with disadvantage?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I got an 11.
Nice.
Yeah, ignore my first roll.
Man,
I
he
got a
just wanted to.
13.
I rolled 1 for the mushrooms and 1 for the drinking, and I also got a nat 1 on one of those. So
Thea just doesn't want to remember.
no, she doesn't.
And quite the opposite happens as you feel the mushroom starting to create this warming sensation that you're familiar with. As the wave of it washes over you, you get images of the first time you had found such, picking them happily in the crystal tower with Zeph inside on the first level. And the first time you would take them when you guys were all sitting happily inside of that big barrel bathtub, and you called it foot shrooms, and how you all laughed as you kicked back and forth these mushrooms that are floating inside of the bath, and the happy times beyond that, and in the lava tower. Then after that, the most recent time you're remembering is that went terribly wrong, but you try to push that away as quickly as possible.
Oh.
So I need to roll for tears. What? Sad.
I don't think so. You can just be sad.
Hamilton got a nat 20.
Is that for the That's for the alcohol, because you've only
For the alcohol.
Yeah. So you felt that sensation, but everybody else you can tell is walking a little tip. I see. Yeah. Tiddly back
Yeah,
to
I got a
walking.
15.
They got that tiddlywink walk.
back to wherever they're going to rest for the evening. It seems like it looks like most people are falling asleep in their chairs, other than Mime, who's gone to a bed.
I take offense to that, but yeah.
I try to walk over to the bed that me makes it.
Well, Nep wanted to make a scroll tonight, or thought he did. But yes, he's just passed out. Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
or
He's
not
he made
passed
it.
out, but he's just at reading a book at the table because he can't sleep. It's beautiful. Oh,
Like you can't sleep or you don't have to sleep. Just to clarify.
I can't be forced to sleep, and I no longer need to sleep.
Is that the exact wording?
I'll see if I can send it. Here, I'll just copy and paste it.
Yeah, that works.
It's just one of the Pact of the Moon Eldritch Invocations. Got it at this level up.
Okay. Okay. Interesting too because it says book or the Path of the Moon, right?
Yeah, well, okay, so it's Pact of the Tome, and then pretty sure the Book of Shadows is what it's referring to. Oh yeah,
Book of Shadows.
like essentially he got like a book out of it. You know how like there's the Pact of the Blade, Pact of the Chain.
Warlock?
Yes.
Okay. And the reason I was asking is because there's 2 moons.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with the actual moon.
I disagree.
Oh.
I would say
okay.
that your particular pact might have quite a lot to do with the 2 moons. You can talk to me about it later, but essentially the 2 moons are Elmar and Yggdrasil, and Yggdrasil is the
current moon. You want to
moon of what's that?
Sorry?
Sorry.
Just writing down it notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on a second.
So Elmar and Yggdrasil?
Yep. Elmar is the red moon, and Yggdrasil
Bye.
is the green moon.
Did Craig just leave us?
No.
Craig's
No,
still
he's
here.
right there.
So are we currently in Elmar or Yggdrasil?
Yggdrasil and Elmar are probably up, you know. Elmar is the first and the protector, as commonly known. And Yggdrasil is the watcher and the deceiver. And currently is blue, although normally is green, which is something you had noticed when you got into the fissure and was odd to you, and off.
So normally it's green, but it's currently blue.
Yep.
And they're both up. It's just
at this time. They have different cycles, if you will.
Okay.
Man, the ocean must be fucked. I didn't think about that before.
Deadly.
Well, I mean,
No, it's always high tide, right?
Why them octopuses are so cranky.
It's definitely got 2 tides, I would still say, but one is higher or lower than the other is all the masses and the distances. That's all it has to deal with, right? So depending upon those, it depends upon what tide you're in and how far it is from that. It might be just a little bit quicker tide than we're used to is all. Interesting fact, by the way, there are some places of the Earth where there are no tide, and it has to do with the current and the way that it forces water into an area during high or low tide that it doesn't actually raise or lower the water. Mostly in odd areas. I know one of them's in Norway. I'd have to look up the other ones.
Fun
But,
fact.
yeah.
Is it fun?
Sounds a lot more fun than a lot of other fun facts.
So you guys are resting peacefully, mostly in your beds, except for Wisteria and Nep, it looks like. And
Yeah.
Thea
He's knocked out.
and Fodar.
I'm moving to a bed. I'm just figuring out this new.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at the table, and meditate for 4 hours, and then after I'm done meditating, I'm gonna take out my 2 short swords and kind of just like clean them and like sharpen them and.
What's Thea doing over on this rug?
Petting the bear head, staring into the fire and tripping.
Thinking about the last friend there. And you see occasionally, every now and again, Moak or PoptArt coming out to stoke the fire and look at you to make sure that you're okay. And you do hear some sounds from behind you that you do not want to look around to. Because this seems to be their sleeping area on top of the bear skin rug.
Oh.
I can only imagine the stains.
Ugh. This
I feel
rug
like
is
they're
so
very
crunchy.
clean.
Ugh.
I don't feel like there would be any stains, but you know.
They could be super clean, yeah.
I'm waiting
I
for
feel like
It could
anybody
be
to
very anal.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
Someone had to say it.
remember what this rug is made out of, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
how does one clean a rug like that?
Magic.
Made out
You
of.
don't.
Made
Well,
out
I'm
of
pretty
poop.
sure
It's part of the rug.
prestidigitation has a use for it.
Twigs and leaves, right?
It's a part of
Made
the
out of poop.
design.
It's made out of poop.
Oh,
Made out of poop and blueberries?
Yeah, because I remember inspecting this rug so many nights ago.
Approximately 1 year ago, you're realizing.
Like, bagok. I bagok in disgust.
The rug is poop? Was I there for that? I would remember poop.
poop!
Curled up to said rug. Petting said rug.
I mean, it looked like a bear head to me, and I didn't remember the poop conversation, so...
Looks very much and feels very much like a nice bearskin rug.
There you go. And I also failed on drinking and drugs, so I'm gonna keep petting the bear head, even if it's poop, you know? This is where I'm at.
It's just a giant peanut, and you're like, oh, who's a good bear?
Another like little note is that like is somebody sitting next to Wisteria at the
That'd
table?
be Nep, who's
Okay.
who's reading a book as you're cleaning your swords.
As you see like Wisteria cleaning her swords, you see like something kind of like crawl out of her sleeve and like up the sword, and she kind of laughs and she's like, "Oh, just go back to sleep," and it crawls back up her sleeve and goes back in there.
Well, that's
Questionable.
not unsettling.
Little just a little bug.
I would ask if Nep notices it, but I think it's just way too drunk. With a nat one.
Does he notice and make a very loud comment?
You would probably notice over the top of your book, actually, Nep, although you wouldn't have. You would have just been like, you must have.
We are in a tree in the middle of the forest. Of course,
Smacked
there
a
would
bug
be
that across the table,
bugs.
told me back to sleep. She must stop sleeping. Yep.
Just rationalizes it drunkenly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
If you,
anyone else going to describe how they laid down for the evening?
She
After
face
she-
planted in the bed.
After
Yeah,
after
sorry.
she divvied up all the treasure to everyone, it seems like.
okay, so how much is actually being split?
Yeah.
11-11.
Scored.
Yeah.
Yep.
11, 11?
11.
Wait,
What does
so
that mean?
1,111?
111.
Gold
Oh,
pieces.
111.
No,
No,
1,000.
1,111.
Oh, so it was 1,100. Jesus.
Yeah.
I was saying it with you.
That many gold coins.
Correct.
Okey-doke.
I go to collect my coins and I lift my wing and I just start stuffing all of these coins into this little like back pocket of a jean that I have wrapped around me.
It's gotta weigh more than cat themselves.
Yeah.
My little jean pocket does not appear to bulge whatsoever.
I'll
Sweet.
strive 1117.
Hey,
101101011.
Because I already had 6.
you guys just got 11-11. Make a wish.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, that was, I think, tonight's session, unless anybody else is describing what they're dealing with as they lay down there in their covers or some such. Or if there are more
Just
face plants
sweet,
going
sweet.
all around.
Just cuddling up next to Mime.
Being that this will be the last good campaign.
It is.
Yeah, you'll shoot
Oof.
your friends out.
Since it's around that time of year, Hamilton lays down to sleep, thinking of last year around this time of year, where he felt like he almost came into touch with his long lost love. And that thought makes him fall deep into sleep with a peaceful, like, ah, this is such a good comfy bed sleep.
And it is a big, comfy bed for each of you. All right. Well, I think that's all she wrote for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Good
Yeah.
session.
Yay.
Proud of us.
Yeah,
We did
made
the
it.
stuff.
Made
Gotta
it.
be honest, it's nice playing a campaign where it's just not combat after combat.
Right?
Yeah, but how am I supposed
You
to up
say
my
that
levels?
now.
Right?
You say
Persuade
that now.
the king to go kill himself. Boom. That's gotta
Dark.
be.
That got dark.
Sorry,
Pretty,
makes it worse.
pretty sure you gain levels.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.